Yeah, and it's me again. Yeah, again. So yeah, as I say, I've got 3 streams to get through. This is just an update video on last night's stream. So let me just go through some chat. Julian is back saying good evening again, Horlicks, and everyone in chat. Hi, Julian. Warren again. Hi, Warren. Thank you. Peter says hi to again to Julian and Warren. Peter says hi again. George Crafter says evening again. It's weird, isn't it? It's Friday night, so it seems to be my night, isn't it? Dave Pat Bill says evening again, everyone. Warren says hi, Peter. Dave Pat Bill says hi again, everyone. Julian, Warren, Peter, Yorkshire Crafter. Warren James says evening again, everyone. Peter Webster says hi, Dave Mack, Julian Lindsay's. Todd's in. Hello and good evening all again. Yeah. Peter Webster says hi to Todd. Yorkshire Craft says evening to Dave Matt Builds. Peter Webster. Boilermaker says hello, Peter. Lee says hi, everyone. Smash the like with a double O gauge hammer. Thank you very much. Lee says hi to Todd. Boilermaker says that's the first thing I did. Lie. Peter Webster says hi, Lee. Boilermaker says hi to Lee. Peter Webster says hi to Rick. So hopefully you were watching. Well, if you're watching last night, you know I was doing some work on my circuit board project. So those of you that don't, I'm sure everyone knows what I'm up to by now. Let me just get rid of that. So the bus up there is Bluetooth controlled because, as you know, you have to put your fingers in the cab to turn it on. So once connected, like so, mine's already on. I can now turn the bus off and turn it back on with my phone. So I was set out to try and make this so it was available to the public if anyone was after that feature. So I've been busy. It's taken me a long time because it's only DIY. I'm not an absolute expert in electronics, to be fair. Been a lot of research involved, a lot of my own knowledge, my basic knowledge, and with help from the community, especially Todd. So, Todd's got his own projects on the go and he's quite familiar with all of this. And between us, we've managed to do this. So thank you so much, Todd, for all the help. It's amazing. So, Dave says, I'm here, so I'm late. No, you're never late. Hello, Dave, again. Peter says hi to Dave. And Dave says hi, Peter, and everyone. So, yes, this is the second revision. So, those of you that watched last night, these are my circuit boards. I had them, I designed them, got them with help, and these have gone to production. So, these are my second revision. There's a lot more involved on them and they're smaller. And those of you that watched last night, so let me change camera. I built one. And this is the one here. Now it looks a bit bare now because I was ripping it to shreds. So this is what we built last night. We wired it all in. I made some adjustments, thinking that I'd done some stuff wrong. And in turn, I came away with an unsuccessful test. I got a bit carried away. I was tired. You'll notice here, I scratched off this trace because I thought there was a problem with this circuit. So I cut the trace there. I also thought I had a problem with the power delivery, so I actually cut the trace there, as you can see, and then I rerouted. I made a jumper wire from the positive up here down to the voltage in pin on the Arduino rather than the 5-volt pin, because I thought I did that wrong, because I assumed that 5-volt would be the output and then that would be the input. So I thought I mixed them up and I was pushing 5 volts back into where it's trying to send it out. Anyway, we did a few bits and a lot of troubleshooting, and I was scratching my head. I couldn't work out what was going on. So if I get a power connector, you can see when we plug this in, we get some really strange blinking going on, and it doesn't know what it wants to do. But quick, unplug it. It gets red hot. So naturally, I thought the same one with my circuit. Something's not. Yeah, I mean, you could probably fry an egg on that. It's something to do down here. So I naturally thought it was my design or a problem with the board. I checked everything. I checked all my solder joints. I checked for bridges, shorts, nothing. And yeah, that's where we left it. So I didn't go to bed till 1:30 last night because it was bugging me. So Todd kindly spoke up in the chat and said, Horlick, send me the file for the circuit board design. So I did, and he looked over it for me, because I just remember I've cut traces here and here thinking that I've done something wrong. Now he checked over it for me, a second pair of eyes, and he messaged me back and said, mate, there's nothing wrong with this board. So I was like, oh, wow. Then he checked, triple checked and quadruple checked, and he said he couldn't see any problems. So what I've actually put this down to, or what I know it is actually this is faulty, this Arduino. That's all it is. Obviously, I destroyed this board because I started cutting traces, making bridging wires. I was just trying to troubleshoot anything, work out what was going on. So this can go in the trash, and so can that. And here's one I made earlier. So I finished work. Luckily, because this was the last Arduino I had here. So luckily, I did some testing last night with my big one, my faithful one. And I had a delivery today, unbelievably, of some new Arduinos. So, as soon as I got home today, here's one I made earlier. So I didn't want to restream me soldering all this together, but it's exactly the same. The only difference is we've gone back in time because I haven't cut any traces. So I've made no modifications to this at all. This is as it was. As you can see, I've not cut the trace on there. I've re-put all the wires back on. So yeah, this is what we're looking like now. So obviously I uploaded the code. So where does that leave it? Well, let's see. So Bluetooth module. Now I did mess up the code slightly. The design won't be quite like this. I need to work out what I'm doing with this because I can't now access the port unless I unsolder that. And this is set, the baud rate set on the code to this module. So, but that's okay. So Bluetooth module will go in there, and that will layer on the top flat. What do we have here then? So we have, again, our output to your route master, so where your battery would go, or Ian's power mod would go, or the battery pack. That is what this wire is for here. So that will go into circuit boards. So that'll be in the bus looking like that. So that's your power down there. These here are all the connection switches. Now these will look slightly different. When this is out on sale, if anyone is interested, obviously updates will come later on because it's still not early stages, but you know, it's nearly there. But when this does become available, there will be, show you an example. Each of these connectors coming off will actually have two. You'll have a male and a female on one cable, so it'll look something like that. Ignore this bit of wire. So you'll have a cable with male and female, and that's so you don't lose functionality of your bus. So you can still use the bus and the buttons in the bus as intended. So this one here is going to be for custom use, so you could choose what you wanted to operate with the control, whether it be the bell or the engine sound, depending on what you want. These are must-haves. So this is M. So these will be labelled up. So cable M will go into M on the route master circuit board. So plug that in to M. Now that's where this other cable I mentioned to you about would be. That would be up near the circuit board. So what you would do is once you take out the M plug that's already populating that plug, you would take that plug out, push this one in, and then the plug you've taken out will go back into this one. Okay, hope that makes sense. That way you can still use the functions of the bus as you want to. L will go into L. Pretty self-explanatory. And then the last one here is A, and that will go into A. Now, I must stress this now. This has been designed. I've designed this around Ian at Power Upgrades, his Route Master Power mod. I don't think that this will not work, I don't think, on batteries. Or if it does, it will last about 5 minutes. So you really do, if you're interested in this eventually, you will need Ian's power mod, because I've designed it to work with this. Okay. So this will, this yet to be confirmed, the final design and where this is going to go. These cables will probably be a lot longer. Well, they will be a lot longer, but that'll be your bus. This is just simulating my bus because it's easier to work on the bench. These LEDs that I've made up just simulate the interior light, the destination blinds, and the cab light. Okay. So Ian's power mod looks a bit like this. Those of you that have it will know what this is about. You simply unplug this, if you've already got it, from your Route Master circuit board, plug that one in, and then you would connect it to this mod. So there's a timer delay I've set up on here with this, the timer chip, and then you've got capacitor and a transistor, etc. This controls the voltage coming out to this board, because this all needs to power, the board needs to power up before this bus does, in order for it to work because of this chip. So that's all technical, don't need to know about that. So what we do now is we connect Ian's power mod. And we have liftoff. We have the LED come on. This doesn't flash anymore because this one was faulty. It was this causing the problem and not my design. So I was so down about it last night. I was expecting failure, but you still get down about it. And I didn't even think it could be, you know, a component that was faulty. So as you can see, we've got a power light come on there. That's to tell us there's power. We've got the Bluetooth blinking away, and we've got no flickering lights on here today. What we do now is apps need to be sorted out yet, but we're going to scroll down. That's my route master. We're going to select route master on the app. And obviously you won't have two. I've got two because I've got one behind me. You won't see this, but the indicator will go solid red. Now, once you're in the app, if I send a command, I'm going to turn on the bus. Ta-da! So that'll be the destination blinds, the destination blind, interior lights, and the driver's cab. And then if I send that command again, your bus will go off. So we've got a much different result than what we had yesterday because we were being trolled by this. So I'm super happy. I've discarded this because, as I said, I cut traces everywhere thinking it was all wrong. So this is, yes, it works because I did some more testing on this last night. And I might end up using this for my own because my very first trial at this, after it's just a mess. I've got wires everywhere under there. That was the proper prototype. This is getting to be the final prototype. Well, this is the final prototype at the moment. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to run this for a little while, make sure nothing gets silly. But that's not getting hot. Nothing's getting hot. It's all cold. So I'm really happy. So that was what I was trying to show you last night. So again, turn the bus on with the foam and send another command. Bus off. Bus on. Bus off. Bus on. So there you go. Super happy. It was quite, I wanted to salvage the resistors, which I did. I didn't want to waste any, so I actually plucked them out of all of the holes and the transistor. I wanted to use everything back up in the LED. So there we go. There is going to be a few changes to some of the text on the board, but that's for my purpose only. So yeah, we are all good. So we're still cold. So yeah, all is great. So yeah, let's go through some more chat. I don't know where I got to. Todd says very welcome. Oh, DS Mom's Vintage says hi Peter and everyone. Todd says very welcome. Boiler says hello DS and hello to Marvel. Marie says evening all. Hi Marie. Peter says hi to Marie. Dave Matt says evening to Dave Matt, Marie and Marie. Dave says hi Matt, hi Dave Matt and hi Julie. Lee says hi Dave S. Dave says hi to Lee. Geordie says evening again. Peter Webster says I've had a few 40 nanos too. Yeah. So, and the good thing about it is I actually bought this from a UK seller, and it was quite a while ago, but I did send him a polite message today. I said, look, I know it's not that expensive, but I did buy one of these, sent him my order number, and I said, I've come to use it and it's faulty. Without any quibble at all, he's sending me another one out next day delivery. So kudos to that guy. I didn't expect it. I was just going to let him know, but he's sending me a new one out. So this can go in the bin because it's not worth fixing. Might be able to fix it. I've got an idea what it could be. Change the component that's getting hot, which is a cap. So it must have decided to turn into a wire. So yeah, Todd says, very welcome, glad to help. Lee says, cool. Lee says, well done, good work, thank you. Well, Todd says, yay. So Ian Campbell says, show me. So yeah, I don't know if you were here, if you heard everything I said. Basically, I had a faulty Nano, which was trolling me. So you know that light was flickering away. It was the Nano all along. It gets red hot in, like, if I plug this back in, I keep doing it. It flicks and flickers and flickers and flickers, but underneath here, that gets red, super red hot. So there's a short somewhere. So it was this that was trolling us the whole time, not my circuit board. So I ruined this one last night by cutting traces, thinking I'd done things wrong. So I've had to rebuild it because there's nothing wrong with them. So I've sort of ruined the board, but it doesn't matter. It's all for testing. So yeah, I've rebuilt it with a replacement Nano. As I say, I ordered loads and actually they came today. So I was like, oh, perfect. So yeah, this is obviously designed to work with your power mods, Ian. No adjustments needed on this, by the way. It works perfectly. As it is, there's enough power getting there. I would like to try it on a real bus because I know the real bus does have a lot more LEDs in it. So there's still a slight further testing to do. But I just can't. Do you know what? I'm blown away that I'm just a guy doing it DIY and I've come up with this. Like, it's mad. I still can't believe it. Bus off, by the way. Bus on. So yeah, it was this trolling us all along. There was nothing wrong with my design. Again, thank you, Todd, for looking over it for me. As I said, Ian, the Todd looked at my board design last night and checked it, and he said, mate, there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, can't believe it. So can't wait to get this out to you all if anyone is interested in it. It's so much easier to turn your bus on and off without fiddling around in that cab. And this isn't going to be just for the bus. This will be rebranded and not redesigned because the principles are the same. But this will be available, hopefully, I'm hoping, for other part-work models as well, especially my VW camper. Depending on what cables are, all that's going to need to be done is these cables change. This does the same function, whatever the model, whether it's the Bluetooth, whether it's the Routemaster or the VW, or it wouldn't work for the Spitfire, just because that's quite complex and the way it works. But it might be able to do some features of it, but I don't think it would. But this is more for this would have worked for the DeLorean as well. It would have worked for, anything that's like that. So, Okay, so that is my update, which I'm really pleased to bring you today. So it's a shame this didn't work first time yesterday. That would have been brilliant, but we tracked it down to this failing. And you've just got to remember that when you're making this stuff, you can have components that fail. So it was a very odd fault this yesterday, actually, because the light didn't come on at all, which is actually connected to the pin 12. I should have questioned it then, and that foxed us a bit. But also, remember when I turned it on, this light was flickering on and off, and I'm not sure why that did that when there was no code, but whether it was sending voltage somewhere it shouldn't have been. We were lucky not to blow these chips up. These are the same chips. This is all the same components I used on yesterday's board. As you can see, I took them all off. So everything is exactly the same as we had it yesterday. I just used a new board and a new Arduino. And I didn't even use the risers. I put risers on this one for test. I just went in and just soldered it straight on. That's how confident I was after testing. So let me switch that off. So as I said, this is going to be, we're still cold, freezing, no heat anywhere. This is going to be designed to work with Ian's power mod. So yeah, there you go. That is my update. It works. It works. So Ian says, well done. So the fuel pumps go, yes, it certainly will be. Now what I'm going to do, Ian, is send you this, or one of these, probably this one. I just need to adjust this and sit it where it's going to sit. And then I will get one of these out to you so you can have a play with it for what you're doing your end. And then obviously let me know. These cables will be extended. I'll leave them as they are, but I just need to know measurements of these cables and measurement of this, where the power mod's going to plug into, and then the measurements of all these cables, because these will all be going into the bus, and I guess that will go into the hose. But we'll work that out. That's phase 2. So yeah, that's it. Lee says thumbs up. Thank you. Geordie Davis was great. Glad you cracked it. Thank you very much. And I say it was all with Todd's help as well. So thank you again. I can't thank Todd enough for the time he spent with me. You know, he's got his own things to be doing and work. So to be helping me with this is just amazing. So just thank you. Thank you very much. Geordie Davis is watching on the bus going to work. Todd says, congratulations, well done. Thank you. No, congratulations to you as well. Dave, absolutely fantastic work. This is very special. Many thanks to all concerned who has helped with this project. The only downside is I'm going to be a lot poorer by the time I've bought them I need. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to work out, especially for you, if there's anything I can do for you, especially. I think I could do something for you, but it's going to be a bit untidy, because obviously I realise that you've got your beautiful models you take to shows sometimes, but I'm wondering if I could make a special adaptation for you and have extra outputs here that branch off, so you could have, like, obviously you wouldn't be able to power the buses with this. You could power one, but you would have to give the other buses separate power, but you'll be able to connect this circuit up. So if it had its own power, I could spur off of these onto so you could plug all 3 of your buses in at the same time, because all this is just doing one function. So that I think would work, but I'd have to get another couple of these boards to test them and do some testing. So yeah, we'll see. So Dave says, so Ian and Alex put me down for the first one, but thank you very much. Thank you. Ian says, be proud of yourself. Thank you very much. It's not all me. I mean, I haven't done, I've had your help, Ian, as well. I've had lots of help from Todd and Dave, and everyone has contributed in some way or another, just with ideas and suggestions, technical help. I mean, I would never have even made my own timer circuit, which is basically the top half of this board here is the timer circuit for the input to the bus. I was going to use, as I showed you before, I need to wrap up soon because I've got a stream in 7 minutes again. I was going to use these. These are obviously pre-made, but this was going to be controlling when this went on and off, and you can see the difference. It's massive, and this is rated for 250 volts, and I don't need anything overkill. As Todd said, you don't need anything that overkill, but of course I didn't know any better. I just thought, yeah, need one of them, that'd be cool. I'm running one of these in my bus at the moment, and this is stashed under the stairs. But this is just cut all that down. Second thing is, when I lost the code to this and rewrote it, as you can see, it works because I had to re-upload the code to this new Arduino, and it worked. So that was rewritten successfully. So I need to put that in a vault. I actually think I might have sent it to Todd, but I'm not sure. I'm sure I did. So, oh, please keep this safe. Dave Matt says, well done, Alex. Johnny Day says, I'm interested too. Thank you. Julian says, hi to Peter. Julian says, good evening again, Dave Matt Builds. Yorkshire Craft says, well done, Alex, and everyone involved. Yeah, thank you very much. Peter says, the cables are the same in the VW as well. Yeah. So I guess it depends on the switches and how it's all powered. But yeah, if it's momentary switches, then this will be fine. Julian says, well done, Horlicks. Thank you. Chris says, well done. Thank you. Ian says, cool. Can't wait to test fit. Yeah, I'll get this out to you ASAP. I have still got a little bit more work to do, and I'm hoping Todd might be able to find some time in his busy schedule to help me with these Bluetooth modules. I have got this one working. These work, but I would like to tweak them slightly. So hopefully I can have a little session and we can suss that. But I need to take this connector back off because I need to get a USB back in there. Well, unless I can sort this out, then I won't need to. So yeah, we'll sort that out. But I'll get this to you as soon as I can, and then you can play. Also, do let me know. Like, I'm not sure if that screw hole there is a bit too close, really, to that capacitor. Yeah. But we don't have to use that. We could secure it in with just two on either corner, perhaps. It's not going anywhere, but we'll work that out. Lee says, good stream, thank you. Ian says, mates, right? Yeah. I'm working on the show Events Power, where folk want to show their builds, but are not near a PowerPoint. Yes, well, that's a good idea. I mean, that's sort of what I've done, Ian, already. Like, I've just basically done a USB with a thing on it. And that seems to work as well. So I can plug that in there instead and power this off a power bank. Let's just check Bluetooth functionality. Connect. Yeah. And that's running on 5 volts. Because originally I was going to just power this with a USB, but it's a bit, people that have bought these, there's no point in them going to waste. So I thought this is what that's what I've made. It's not very technical, but I don't know. You might have a better solution. Marie says, good show, well done. So thank you very much. I'm going to go because I've got another stream in 2 minutes time. No rest for the wicked. So yeah, glad you like that. That's the progress. Super happy it works. Thank you all for your kind comments and support with this. And yeah, I will see you very shortly. We're going to be finishing Roller Coaster tonight. So take care, everyone. And hopefully see you on my third and final stream tonight. You're probably sick of the sight of me already. So yeah, see you shortly.